Sports watches. As runners, we take notice of them all the time.
We use them to track pace, distance and heart rate.
But one of the features we've never really taken much notice of is the elevation.
So in this video, we decided to go to a road undulating half marathon and record the elevation.
That's right, and as well as comparing our readings to each other, because we both have Garmin 645 watches, we decided to compare our readings to those of 18 other runners running a similar pace on the same course on the same day. And the findings are really surprising, so stick around to later in the video and see what we found out.
Good morning and welcome back to the channel. I'm Dawn.
And I'm John, and together with the two running brooms.
And today we're at
Sturminster Newton in North Dorset, and we're here to run in the Sturminster Newton half marathon. Well, just on a warm up now, doing 3 miles beforehand to make a 16-mile run for the day. So we're warming up on the North Dorset Trailway. You last saw us on this trailway, about 12 miles in that direction, on Wednesday, doing our session in the extreme wet. Very different conditions today. So on the run today, with no particular pace goals, we're just taking it as our Sunday long easy run. It's just nice to come to an old race we've done before and meet up with some runners from the old running scene. Sturminster Newton half marathon is quite an undulating course. So one thing we're going to do today is to compare the elevation readings on both our Garmins. We did a run a couple of weeks ago, check that out if you're not seeing it, our threshold session, where our paces on measuring were quite different. So we'll see how those undulations fare on our Garmin today. Newton Half Marathon 2023.
Woo!
Mile 1, 8:36. Mile 2, 8:44. Mile 3, 8:44. Mile 4, 8:55. Sponge in a race. Well, since I've seen that. Very old school. Mile 5, 8:39. Mile 6, 8:39. Mile 7, 8:50.
Yay!
Mile 8, 8:37. We now have a man with a hose squirting runners.
Woo!
You. Oh. Mile 10, 8:21. Pulse of 9 so far. I think we'll be over 9 coming up because there's one big hill around 11 miles, I think. Lovely long drag between miles 10 and 11. Be interesting to see what the elevation says here. And a lovely day for running in the North Dorset countryside. Show the viewers how much you are loving this. But despite the climb, Garmin discarded an 8:34. 2 miles to go. The last mile doesn't count. Who says that?
I don't know.
Nick Bester. Who says that?
Nick Bester.
That's right. Well remembered. And a lovely climb here between miles 11 and 12. Mile 12, 8:36 despite the climb. Twelve and a half miles, the village of Hinton St Mary, through Hinton St Mary Estate, and a nice long downhill finish. Mile 13, 8:38.
While we got a brief minute.
So I've started on that.
All right.
Enjoy your videos, by the way.
So we've met one of our channel viewers today. What's your name?
Dimitri.
Dimitri. And what time did you run today, Dimitri?
He was just with us.
One, yeah, just with you.
I think about 1:54.
Whatever you did, mate.
guess.
Just had a couple seconds.
Yay!
Good sprint, by the way. Well done.
Yeah.
So another tip for our viewers there: if offered a sponge in a race, remember it is not 1972. Not to suck on it because they've probably dipped it in something quite clean. Well, to support hygiene and cleanliness, but isn't really good to suck on. Felt like I just swallowed a mouthful of washing up liquid.
Did you actually suck on it?
I sucked on it. I was being Ron Hill. I was sucking on my sponge.
Oh, you fool!
I didn't say anything because I didn't want to spoil the last half mile of the race. So, plenary.
It was as undulating as we remember or don't remember. I was just saying to a friend back there how sometimes you can't imagine running the sort of times you once did on certain courses. Anyhow, today was an enjoyable trot through the countryside.
Yeah, we got stronger as run went on. So those climbs from 10 miles onwards, we seemed to embrace them.
I think it's because we knew we were close to the finish.
Well, because we're running in zone 2, we had zones 3 and 4 to go into
Yes,
if needed.
That's right.
So we're going to go back to the car, hydrate, refuel, and then have a look at these elevation numbers later. So here I've put together the elevation readings from Dawn's Garmin on the left, and for my Garmin the same 645 model on the right.
You can see that there are differences in all the mile readings apart from mile 5.
That's right, some of the differences are as little as 1 foot of elevation or 2 feet, and some go up to as many as 11 feet in different.
This calls into question the elevation accuracy of the Garmin.
So is this something you've experienced when running with somebody else with a similar watch? So the next thing I did was to put mine and Dawn's overall elevation readings on this table. Mine is number 8. I had 515 feet of elevation overall, whereas Dawn down at number 19 had 620 feet, quite a difference.
We have 10 readings here, all within 5 feet of each other.
This would lead us to think that the overall elevation for the course is somewhere around 517 feet. All this data was collected from flybys from people who ran a similar pace to us during the race. As you can see, they wore a range of different devices, some Garmin, some Polar, some Apple, but for Garmin Phoenix users it's quite notable that one person recorded 443 feet of elevation, whereas one had 810 feet, quite a difference.
So we used the GPS mode to get our elevation. Apparently this is the least accurate form of triangulation. However, if you want a more accurate elevation, you can do it yourself by calibrating your Garmin. So if you go to your Garmin watch and go to the main menu and you select sensors and accessories, then you select altimeter and select calibrate, this will allow you to calibrate your Garmin so you get a more accurate reading. So on that note, we hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, give it a thumbs up, and if you've not subscribed, we'd love you to do so. And that just leaves me to say, until next time, keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.